right after this. Victory is up for grabs in this battle for third place. Welcome back to the Expo Square Pavilion in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where the Oklahoma Destroyers, the hometown heroes, up by 5 as we head into our final fight of the match. Interesting strategy here as the Tigers pull alternate Carlos Brooks off the bench, taking over for his fellow Smash brother Uriah Hall. Can he pick up where Hall left off? Jesse Lawrence looking for revenge.
Then welcome from New Jersey, Carlos Brooks.
It all comes down to this. One fight to go to decide the third place team in the WCL. A lot of pressure on Carlos Brooks. He has to take on the Body Rocker.
A man who absolutely needs no introduction. They call him the Body Rocker. He is Jesse Lawrence.
Boy, as you said, Don, how much is resting on this match? What a dream result, though, for the crowd here. I mean, to see their hometown, at least third place victory in sight, all getting down to this one match between Carlos Brooks and Jesse Lawrence.
Now again, guys, safety and goodbyes here. Let's see how much Jesse still has in the tank. Beautiful, beautiful speech by Brooks.
It's anybody's game here still, guys, in our final fight. Brooks is fresh, he's an alternate. Of course, Jesse Lawrence had a tough battle with Uriah Hall in the first half.
Carlos Brooks starting off very strong. Nice, strong leg kicks. He's got good hands. Oh, spinning back kick again from Carlos Brooks.
Because again, guys, Brooks already has 5 points he has to overcome here.
Absolutely. Yeah, if anybody, he's got to go for the knockout or at least stay incredibly busy to make up that spread.
There you go. I'm watching, guys, a much bit of power that Jesse Lawrence possesses. That will be his saving grace here.
Oh, both attempting their own spinning kicks there.
Exactly, both guys go for broke.
Jesse and Lawrence using that inside leg kick well. His left inside leg kick goes well on Carlos Brooks.
Yes, took his man off balance very well.
Taking the legs out from under him.
Fight out, fight out.
Referee telling him to fight out, which is nice to say, Petey. Let him sort it out there. Right front kick there from Jesse Lawrence.
That's a long overhand right. Oh, beautiful, beautiful leg kick.
Guys, and as this fight continues, how huge was that victory in our women's match? How big was that knockout by Sights? Really made the difference.
Oh, absolutely.
All the way. Again, like we said, guys, pay attention to the girls in the WCL. The girls have really stepped it up.
Pick it up, let's fight, let's go.
Oh, Jesse Lawrence missing the mark. He's looking for that big knockout right hand there, but he's got to stay busy against Carlos Brooks.
You know what? We know how tough Jesse is, but Carlos here is no slouch.
Let's go.
Carlos is straight. He's totally in this thing here.
No, Carlos Brooks is doing very, very well. But like you pointed out with the spread that there is Todd, I mean, Brooks has got to stay particularly busy to make up that 5-point spread.
Yep, just doing well isn't going to cut it.
Absolutely.
Listen to this crowd.
I don't see Jesse Lawrence staying as busy as he needs to, Petey.
Like I said, he had a real tough fight with Uriah Hall.
Yep.
And that would take a lot out of anybody. So, again, he's going on toughness, on heart, and definitely he's got skill and strength. We know this. But Carlos Brooks is very, very fresh right now.
Nice inside leg kick again from Carlos Brooks.
Carlos needs to really open up and let it fly, though, with 30 seconds to go.
Yeah, exactly. As you said, Lawrence doesn't have to stay quite as busy to do what he needs to do. 20 seconds left in this match.
Nice
boy. Look at Dale Cook just screaming at Lawrence just to keep that pressure up. He needs those points.
It all comes down to the next 10 seconds.
Nice combo.
And Jesse goes on the tap to finish out the fight.
Very good fight. What? Gentlemen, again, another very, very close one. And again, I don't want to be the judge of this one.
I think Carlos Brooks was a little busier, but I'm not sure he was busy enough.
Right.
Let's take a look at the highlights, and I'm interested to get your thoughts on what you think the score may be. It's so important here.
Again, both guys said I'm busy. I felt equally as busy. And again, Lawrence scored a couple of knockdowns of those low kicks. So it'd be interesting to see again how the judges swing on this one.
And guys, no matter what, although the championship not on the line, always nice to finish off with a win.
Just like we said, to go into next season with the last time you're up there, to get a nice win means everything. It's just such a great launching pad into the new season.
Precisely, Rich.
But who's it going to be? Will it be Oklahoma in front of their hometown crowd, or the Tigers pulling the upset? 14-point win, 14-12 by Jesse Lawrence, and the Oklahoma Destroyers finish them off in front of their hometown crowd.
Oh, wow. There you go.
I got to tell you something, guys. Again, it's very close. Even the point spread, you know what I'm saying? There was a very close fight. A point or two here or there, either way for these guys. I'd have been satisfied with anybody walking in with this win.
And it's a great treat for the Oklahoma crowd to have Oklahoma come in and get that third place win.
So the final score, 143 to 136, a 7-point victory for the Destroyers, who clinched third place in the World Combat League. And gentlemen, for my money, I defy you to find a better night of action.
Unbelievable. Right from round one, it never stopped.
What does it feel like to win in front of this hometown crowd? First, I want to thank my hometown Tulsa for bringing a championship crowd to a championship event. Thank you, thank you.
Now, Coach, you ended this season on a win. Does this set the pace for next season? And what I'm asking is, will Oklahoma be #1 in season 3 of the WCL?
We didn't come here to win third place. We got kind of a nasty taste in our mouth, but I'd guarantee you what, Oklahoma, this year we knocked on the door. Next year the Destroyers are going to kick the door down. We're coming for the championship.
You heard it from the man. Tulsa, make some noise for the man that built Expo Square, Coach Dale Cook, and his Oklahoma Destroyers.
Coach Dale Cook, all kinds of fired up, as is this loyal hometown crowd. Great win by the Destroyers as they take it 143-136.
So the Oklahoma Destroyers clinch third place in the World Combat League in a war that's going to have both teams licking their wounds. This was one hell of a dogfight.
No question about it, Todd. And what about the turning point? Jerry Sides for the Oklahoma Destroyers, her knockout over Melissa Bopp. That was the beginning of a winning streak for the Oklahoma Destroyers. Congratulations to Dale Cook and his team. What a gift to the Oklahoma crowd.
And talk about some of the heart that we saw tonight. There was blood, there were battered bodies, but people just kept on fighting.
Guys, it would be hard to give any one fighter heart of the night this evening. But I gotta tell you something, if it were up to me, I'd give it to Longacre. This kid came out there, was knocked down, let it up, got back on his feet, and finished strong to keep his team in the fight.
Tell you what, guys, if these two teams fought so hard for third place, what is in store? We'll see you right back here in Oklahoma as LA battles New York.
The WCL season has been long, hard, and bloody. Over 200 full-throttle fights and 50 stone-cold knockouts, all to get to tonight's shot at the World Combat League Championship. As the LA Stars take on the Big Apple's New York Clash. LA escaped with their lives in the conference finals after being overwhelmed by their opponents. Their hopes are pinned to the unbeaten Jason Borelli and Ray Daniels. The New York Clash are the league's Cinderella team. Winless in the regular season, they came alive in the playoffs with the power of Patrick Berry and Jennifer Santiago. It's the ultimate combat martial arts showdown next.
It is the calm before the storm here at Expo Square Pavilion in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where tonight history will be made and the WCL champion will be crowned. Hello, everyone. Todd Kennelly here along with Richard Norton, Peter Sugarfoot Cunningham, and gentlemen, throughout sports history, Los Angeles and New York have had a fierce rivalry. Knicks, Lakers, Dodgers, Yankees. Tonight, it's the Stars and the Clash, and everything is on the line. Can the upstart underdog New York Clash beat the undefeated LA Stars tonight, Richard?
Well, you know what, Todd? Everybody knows the strategy is to stop that knockout power of Borelli and Daniels. Well, I'm telling you, if there's one bit of strategy the New York Clash has, it's their coach, Mike Conroy. Mike Conroy coached Jason Borelli for 2 years. He knows how they fight. He was a world-class point fighter. He knows the strategy he needs to bring. Now, that might be easier said than done. I believe they can do it. We will see.
And we will see indeed, Richie. Because what I see with these two kids, Borelli and Daniels, is intangibles. When these kids get in there, I mean, you can plan all you want. You strategize all you want. When these kids get in there, they can change the game altogether and still come up with a win. So it'll be very interesting to see how this thing turn out.
Well, two teams are going to enter the combat zone, but only one will earn with the right to call themselves champion. And the atmosphere is electric inside the Expo Square Pavilion as the New York Clash prepare for battle. Coach Mike Conroy has put together a great roster that has put them in position to battle for the championship.
Welcome to the combat zone, Coach Mike Conroy and his New York Clash.
Here comes Coach Mike Conroy and his New York Clash, and talk about a turnaround. This team did not win a single regular season match, and now they find themselves battling for the championship.
This is going to be an exciting matchup, Todd. Look at the first one. Valdivia against Borelli. I mean, can't wait.
The legendary Coach Colin Van Dusen and his Los Angeles Stars.
And here come Coach Van Dusen and his LA Stars, aptly named. They are jam-packed with talent. But if anything, in the conference finals, we found out that they are human. They narrowly escaped the Destroyers.
Are you ready for the Turf War Championship to begin?
Both teams now facing off, showing respect for one another. That is the foundation of this great sport. And guys, so much on the line. Now again, on paper, the New York Clash, Richard, looked to be heavy underdogs, but we had that conversation with Coach Mike Conroy. Talk about some of the secret weapons and the advantage that he has.
Yeah, well, again, Mike Conroy, as I said, the fact that he was a world-class competitor in point karate, he knows that the LA Stars, that's what their team is about.
There he is, Chuck Norris, the CEO and founder of the WCL, watching his vision come to life, and what a great championship match we should have. And as the one and only Chuck Norris looks on, let's go over the rules of combat. 6 fighters per team. Each competes in a 3-minute round in the first and second half. All punching and kicking skills are legal. Knees only above the waist, and you gotta watch out for penalties. 3 judges score the fight based on the 5-point must system. Knockouts could be the difference maker in the championship fight, and fighters' points are added to the overall team score. We're going to kick things off when we return with a highly anticipated match between Leo Valdivia of the Clash, riding high on momentum. He takes on Jason Borelli, who's undefeated this season. The WCL Championship match begins right after this. Welcome back to the Expo Square Pavilion in Tulsa, Oklahoma, as the richest prize in the World Combat League is on the line tonight. We're gonna start off with a very dynamic matchup between young pup, only 19 years old, Leo Valdivia. He takes on wily veteran Jason Borelli. It's old school versus new school. Let's hear more from these two great competitors.
I'm always ready. No matter who it is, I'm always ready. I'm gonna win by knockout. It's not gonna be more than 30 seconds. It's gonna be an easy fight for me, for sure.
Leo's a good fighter. Leo's young. You know, he has to go through me. It's gonna be a real test for him. But I expect this to be, you know, a war in the ring. Pressure's on them to finish the job now, which, you know, I don't think they're gonna do.
A lot of people maybe would think after the great debut of Abraham Hahn that he would have been a better choice, but Mike Conroy explained why Valdivia is a good opponent for Borelli.
Well, here's the deal. Valdivia, you know, it's a very hard job even for Borelli to knock somebody out like Valdivia out. You know, the tactic that Conroy has is for Valdivia to keep checking the hip line of Borelli. In other words, use that side kick, follow up with strong hands, and he believes it's possible for Valdivia to actually score a knockout against Borelli using those tactics.
Again, like I said, fellas, easier said than done. Again, Borelli, intangible. Sort of intangible. Let's see if he brings that into play tonight, starts moving and using this mat, then we'll see how effective Valdivia will be against him.
And again, you know, even Van Dusen was talking about Borelli. You know, the last time he did a lot of lifting, went for strength. The time before he was endurance-based. They went back to what works for Borelli, and that's his endurance. To get his endurance up, that's the way Borelli fights best.
Wow, and how do we start things off? Both men going at it, championship on the line tonight.
Once again, you notice Valdivia trying to just close the gap, not to give Borelli room to sort of load off with his blitz style of point scoring.
The side kick by
Look at that forward foot, just as we talked about. That forward leg there of Valdivia trying to check the hip area of Borelli, stopping being able to get those legs up high.
Oh, Borelli caught him.
Oh, big right hands there from Borelli. Oh, Valdivia's got to get those hands up, though, Pete. He's holding his hands very low.
You guys about the intangibles. Here comes Borelli fighting a slugger's fight, bringing a fight to Valdivia. Changing up, guys.
See,
Changing up.
Valdivia backing off a bit too much there. That's not a good thing to do against somebody like Borelli. You give him space, he's going to unleash. He's got a beautiful side kick.
Yeah, Valdivia needs to close the distance. We talked about it, guys. It's one thing to have the strategy on paper. Totally different when you're in there with someone like Borelli.
Good work. Yes.
There you go, see Borelli when he gets that distance, his leg, that beautiful right leg axe kick he just threw.
And again, don't forget his signature right hook. Again, he goes southpaw, throws that right hook over the top.
Oh, big, very strong right hand from Valdivia, hitting the body there. Oh, inside leg kick from Valdivia.
Valdivia has had a lot of momentum, a 3-fight win streak, but he might be up against a brick wall here in Borelli.
Don't forget this Valdivia, he's 19 years of age.
Unbelievable. No, exactly, not low, right on the spot, if you ask me. Not on the board. I thought it was a good kick to the inside of the thigh. I'd love to see the replay on that.
1 point.
Yeah, the referee awarding 1 point there against for a low kick from Jason Borelli.
Here's a look at the kick.
Okay, well, that's questionable. It was high, but you know what I mean? Again, none of these fighters particularly target that area. You know, obviously it's going to happen, but just an unlucky one there against Jason Borelli.
Now he has a decision to make here, fellas. Is he going to continue?
Yeah, he's going to get Valdivia will continue. He's not too happy about it, but he's going to go on. This could be a deciding factor, though, in this match.
Exactly, mentally now. Let's see how a fighter reacts. You know, once he's been hurt there.
Oh, big right hand again, straight right from Borelli. Oh, overhand right. He caught Valdivia at that time.
He's landing his shots. And his blitz, the blitz is working for him, totally.
There's a cut now.
The cut again.
Cut on Valdivia.
Again, I think a bumping of heads in the inside. There you go.
There's that right leg of Borelli's. What a dangerous weapon that is.
A headbutt.
They're going to take a look at the cut here, I believe. And they're saying, the referee, you heard him say, watch it, and that's right above the eye.
That's not
a nasty cut there, guys.
That's a nasty cut.
Hate, with a minute, just under a minute to go, would hate to see this ended due to the injury, because guys, that would be a 15-0 point swing. It's the same as a knockout, and that would be very devastating for the Clash.
Absolutely. Not a good start for them. Remember what we talked about. It's about neutralizing the power of someone like Borelli.
There's some points taken away, guys, so.
All right, let's take a look at some of the action before that incidental headbutt.
Both fighters throwing very wide in that opening exchange.
Both go very wide and pretty even, but again.
Yeah, Borelli just caught him with that right hand right there.
Right hand, and it looked, there you go. From what we're seeing right now, we're seeing that Borelli has a slight edge over him, but still, call this fight an even draw. I'd go with that too.
Again, Borelli did lose a point there for that low leg kick.
Now that's what the judges have to say.
All right, and here's the results. We get to the bottom of it. It ends up a 14-14 draw with the penalty point. And guys, that is huge for the Clash. You talked about neutralizing Daniels and Borelli. They neutralized Borelli here.
Conroy could not be happier with that result. I mean, he would have been happy with a 15-7, you know, even loss in that fight. To get an even score, fantastic.
Fights, wow, he's a wild fight. He caught me with a headbutt, groin kick. You know, I was gonna knock him out. I was going for a knockout, so I'm mad now. And hopefully I get to fight him again. I'm gonna knock him out quick.
I like a clean fight. You know, I went for the leg kick at the beginning. It might have slid up to the cup, and that was the first stop. Second stop, you know, with the blood, what can I do? There's no other better word for it, but it's not fun. It's not good. But I'm sure our team's going to be victorious. I got another round, another chance to knock someone out, and that's what I'm going to do. Our team is going to prevail tonight.
Coming up next, New York's Alexis Castro Vicente makes his debut against Brandon Hastings. After our first fight was stopped prematurely due to the cut, it's even Steven, all tied up at 14. Who will take the lead after this? Welcome back to Tulsa, Oklahoma, in the Expo Square Pavilion, where tonight history will indeed be made, and we will crown this season's WCL champion. And talk about being baptized by fire, Alexis Castro Vicente makes his World Combat League debut in a championship match. He takes on Brandon Hastings, who usually backs up Raymond Daniels, but tonight this LA star gets his chance to shine.
I'm fast, I hit hard, and my conditioning is very, very good. I can run most people into the ground. I'm just gonna go fight my fight.
Yo le voy a tirar el jab, le voy a tirar el par de jab. I got a very strong jab and a very strong leg. With that, I'm gonna knock him out.
Alexis Castro Vicente.
Alexis Castro Vicente making his WCL debut. Coach Mike Conroy had a hard time filling this 178 weight spot because they thought that this man would be fighting Borelli, or fighting Daniels rather, until Daniels moved up to 195.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a tough fight for him. You know, forget about, you know, Borelli coming in against Brandon Hastings. He's apparently phenomenal conditioning. You know, he's a 5th degree in Taekwondo. He's got black belts in kickboxing. I mean, this guy brings a lot of skills to the table.
Again, guys, I hate to make a call right now off the bat. Let's see what these guys look like after the first few seconds. See how this thing matches up.
Yeah, Coach Colin Van Dusen said that the conditioning in Hastings is on par with Borelli, which is remarkable.
Absolutely. And you can see the style of fighting of Hastings. He just moves, he angles a lot, he's moving, he's going to try and frustrate Castro Vicente. Vicente, of course, relying on his jab, and he's got a very strong kick, but again, you've got to be able to nail your opponent. This is very hard with the way that Brandon Hastings angles off and uses that ring.
I like his footwork, and he stays busy as well.
Very busy.
Moving, yeah.
Very elusive, like trying to hit a ghost. And Hastings, we know about his toughness, guys. He finished a fight at one time and was victorious with a broken nasal cavity.
Yeah, and we're seeing what we talked about, the typical style of the LA Stars. You know, they're point fighter styles, but they've got knockout power, but they use the ring, they use the angles. It's not enough to just walk up in a straight line. I think Alexis Castro Vicente is going to find it a little confusing and frustrating to fight someone like Brandon Hastings. Look at that. See that blitzing style there.
Trying to walk him, trying to walk him down. That walking down style will not work. Again, you have an open floor here. You don't have a ring to pin a man up against the rope. So this style, chasing after your man, it just can't work here.
Look at that blitzing style of Brandon Hastings, taking advantage again of that point style of blitzing and just really going to work on Alexis Castro-Vicente.
And Peter, after the unorthodox finish of our first fight, it's even Steven. There's a penalty point. This fight's so important. Which team can jump out to the early lead?
You got, now, here you go. That really will be the call to make right now.
Once again, you know, the conditioning of Hastings is what allows him to move the way he does and to continue moving for the full 3 minutes. Makes him a very dangerous fighter.
And he's getting tagged. He's slowing down a little bit. So he's getting tagged. But because he's moving, those punches aren't as devastating as they appear.
Yeah, and Castro's got to put a little more juice behind those punches. When he does get in there, he's got to score and get the judge's attention. That was a nice right hand that nearly caught Hastings.
Both men trading now with 48 seconds to go. Knee there by Hastings.
Again, Castro's Vicente's only chance for me, guys, to be score a knockout or knock down, and that doesn't look like it's going to happen.
30 seconds left in this match. Brandon Hastings, I think, just stayed a little too busy at the moment for Alexis Castro-Vicente. As you said, Petey, Vicente's got to get a knockout if he's going to get a real point spread for the New York clash.
Hastings found a real smart fight, tag his man, you know, stay busy enough, score some big points, and then back on the bike again.
Yeah, there you
go. Sweet.
Castro just missing too much there.
Well, nice
look at that left knee from Hastings.
Beautifully done by Hastings to close out the fight, trying to leave an indelible mark in the minds of the judges. We'll see how it goes when we go to the scorecards. Hastings is fired up, as is Castro-Vicente. Let's take a look at the action in our second of 6 first-round fights.
Look at Hastings, look at his ring craft. Again, that's what we talked about, using the angles, using the ring. Very much a point fighting style, but staying busy at the same time.
Again, guys, so much on the line. Everything these athletes, these teams have fought so hard for all year long. The championship, the rings on the line tonight.
Here we go.
Suspense and tension building as these two fighters await the decision.
This is going to decide the momentum of this whole thing now. Who, as you said, ends up taking the lead in the second match of the championship.
It'll be interesting how the judges see it and the spread that the judges saw right here.
Here it is.
We have our judges score.
15-10 victory with the penalty point, 16-10 by Hastings. And the team score is Los Angeles Stars 30, New York Clash 24, LA up by 6.
My team let me fight Raymond Daniels' position. He's our team captain and definitely the best fighter in the league. So I came out to hold up my end of the deal. They trust me with the position. I'm going to win the position. Whether my teammate sets the tone for me or if I have to set the tone, that's what makes the LA Stars so good. We are a team, a strong team.
Brandon Hastings helps his team jump out to the lead, but when we come back, Hamad Farouzi of New York takes on the returning Jack Flash Felton. Two big names from the sport karate world go at it in what promises to be a fast-paced matchup when we return. And we are back at the Expo Square Pavilion in Tulsa, Oklahoma, as the Los Angeles Stars are up by 6 in this World Combat League Championship matchup. In this next bout, don't blink, you might miss something. These two are lightning quick. Hamad Farouzi with a shot at glory making his WCL debut. He takes on Jack Felton, who tries to get some momentum going after returning from hand injury.
I definitely feel confident, and I feel like this is a good matchup for me. I don't really care what his mindset is. I'm going to go in there and get ready to knock him out. I definitely think I have more power than Jack Felton, and I think that the speed is equal as well.
I think I'm going to dominate. I don't really see his style even touch me. My predictions is for a win for me and a win for the LA Stars and bring the championship home where it belongs.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Combat Zone. Fighting for the New York Clash, he is Hamad Farouzi.
So the Clash keeping it close, and Richard, here is Mike Conroy's strategy personified. Hamad Farouzi, a big name in sport karate, he's fighting fire with fire.
No question about it. The only thing I would say is you're looking at Jack Felton with 8 wins in the WCL. There is nothing like experience in this style of fighting. you know, hopefully Ferruzzi can bring it in. And the fact that he is a point fighter, he's already, you know, halfway there. This is going to be a good matchup, though, to see can he adjust and can he make the adjustment to WCL as opposed to the other styles of point fighting he's been in.
And Peter, it is big for LA to have Felton back. He was one of their real difference makers before he got a hand injury. Back in action here tonight in the championship finals where it counts the most.
Yes, it does, bro. And we'll see how this turns out. Ferruzzi seems very aggressive. There you go, very aggressive. Very aggressive full of fire. There you go. Bringing it on now.
Yeah, Ferruzzi not afraid to take it to Felton, that's for sure. Look at the similar styles. Look at that point creator using that front leg side kick there just to check your opponent. Jack Felton does that so well.
Yeah, you heard Ferruzzi say he thinks he has as much or more power than Felton. Obviously, every bit as quick as well.
Yeah, look at the similar style.
And the similar style, exactly. Very good strategizing on the part of the coaches here, guys. Matching up these two kids. Oop.
Coach Van Dusen in the background.
Yeah, Colin Van Dusen just screaming out encouragement there to Jack Felton. He knows how important this is, being the third match of this championship match. Ferruzzi tends to be a little bit more of a counter fighter, Petey.
He seems to be settled down right now. Both guys actually seem to be settled down now.
Oh, there you go. That was a nice right hand from Felton on Ferruzzi.
Referee ruled that a slip. Ferruzzi back to his feet. Felton blitzing here. Ferruzzi answers.
Yeah, Felton doing a little more damage, I feel, with those hands at this stage.
Trying to be a little bit more aggressive, as you point out, Richie, and Ferruzzi seeming to settle into a counter punching position.
Just like you said, Richard.
So much on the line here. Again, this is for the championship. Both teams, everything. New York clash against the Los Angeles Stars. We talk about strategy to coaches. I mean, they're going to be beside themselves right now, looking at a bit identical in style.
And guys, keep in mind again.
Look at that, Ferruzzi. Just look at that. He just keeps swinging.
Trying to neutralize one of the big guns, Jack Felton of the Stars. Ferruzzi playing his role to a T so far.
50 seconds left in this match. Oh, look at Ferruzzi go with a nice kick. Felton just getting his hands up, trying to wear that.
Felton's got to get it going. Ferruzzi's in this fight, guys, all the way.
Let's go, guys. And Coach Colin Van Dusen in this entire fight as well. You see him just screaming in the background.
He's expending more than his fighter at the moment.
Ferruzzi's landing a good counter right hand. Every time Felton has to run in.
It's going to be a very close match to score, Petey, wouldn't you say? I think Felton again has just scored a little better, but again, Ferruzzi came back with his own bomb.
Every time he come back with something, he'd have an answer. Every time Felton would score, Ferruzzi would have an answer. Let me see how this thing's going to go. Should I go down to the bell? How the judge is going to call this one.
Ferruzzi trying to land that big overhand right, missing the mark. There's Felton with that jabbing front right side kick.
Seemed to me, guys, though, that Jack Flash Felton was more active. He was throwing punches and bunches, and Ferruzzi would counter with one, maybe two shots.
I tell you what,
overall,
composure-wise, I'll give Felton the edge on here. But I thought Ferruzzi was just as busy.
Well, let's take a closer look at it.
Both guys, as you point out, Richie, using that point fighting style.
Absolutely.
That real quick movement, quick in, quick out style.
See, there's Felton again. You see that right hand, didn't knock him down, but they really scored well on him. He just seemed to be doing a little more damage than Ferruzzi.
And there goes Ferruzzi now, letting his hands go. A good seesaw match, guys.
Yeah, Felton's good at putting his hands up. He wears that pretty well, whereas Ferruzzi tends to leave his hands down when Felton comes in on him.
And we go up to the scorecards, a 15-9 victory. 6-point win by Jack Flash Felton. And the Los Angeles Stars adding to their win. They're up 45-33.
He just was throwing a 1-2 combo. I mean, he had some pretty good movement, but it wasn't really affecting me much. He hit me with a couple punches, but I think I did my thing.
So with Felton's victory, the LA Stars are up by 12, and when we come back, it's the big men. K1 superstar Patrick Berry takes on the War Machine, Matt Thomas, who steps from the MMA cage. Two big bulls lock horns when we return. The World Combat League Championship match continues now here in the Expo Square Pavilion in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And everybody loves a big heavyweight showdown, and that's exactly what we're gonna get as two huge heavyweights try and unload their heavy artillery. K1 star Patrick Berry is known for his lethal leg kicks, and Matt Thomas has a devastating overhand right.
I'm not expecting this fight to go the entire 3 minutes. My plan for the fight is to completely overwhelm him. We're gonna win. Everybody's ready. We're the wolves at the bottom of the mountain. We're going to the top.
I throw haymakers, man. I'm looking for the knockout. I'm a brawler. I get inside and try to take your head off. Definitely am not going to be sticking and moving, no. I've never been knocked out. I don't plan on getting knocked out.
Then welcome to the combat zone. Fighting for the New York Clash, Patrick Berry.
Patrick Berry was very impressive in his WCL debut as part of the conference finals, taking out Big John James from the New Jersey Tigers. He brings that K1 expertise in there. He's got some devastating leg kicks. He's got to chop down the War Machine here.
Yeah, and from what we hear about Matt Thomas of the LA Stars, this guy is a machine. I reckon his legs are, it's going to take a lot to do that much damage in the space of 3 minutes. It's not like they have 5 rounds for Barry to chop Thomas down. So we'll just see if the strength and the size of Thomas is going to get him through that wrecking sort of machine-like leg kicking of Barry.
Yeah, and both these guys are looking for a knockout. There you go, right off the bat. It's going. It's heavy and it's hard. Somebody's going to get hit tonight.
Oh, crazy. Look at that. Barry just going for the legs. That's it. Oh, big left, right kick to the head there. Inside leg kick again. Oh, he missed the mark. Hey, Barry goes, hey, you know what happens.
And that might just do nothing more than piss the War Machine off.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting that, you know, when they throw that much leather like this, can they last? It's about what have you got left, and that's especially that last minute.
But Peter, before that foul, it seemed like the War Machine was doing a good job staying inside, which nullifies those kicks by Berry.
Yeah, well, of course, Barry knows that. You know, he's got a great, look at that left kick, round kick to the head there, that right kick to the body.
Yeah, there you go. Now, you see the War Machine go for that big right hand. Barry is aware of that big right hand, and now he's keeping his distance, being aware of it, and using his legs.
Yeah, Barry saw it.
Look at that. Look at that.
Barry's cool. Look at him. You know, he's just picked his mark. He's going to work that left leg kick to the head. He's going to work that right round kick to the left.
There it is.
There you go.
Chopping down the tree.
Down the tree, baby.
Timber.
Powerful leg kick of his. Look at that. There he goes again.
You can't look at the right hand. You can't look at the right hand, but whoa.
Now, Dave, if the man catches you, it's trouble.
Exactly. And a big man stung him a little bit.
Look at that. I think
he's got to take that leg out.
Yeah.
He's got to take that leg out.
Matt Thomas Thomas is hurting. As you know, Petey, when you get that leg under attack, it's hard to put the weight on it. You need to put weight on it, put power on your punch.
Yeah.
Thomas looking for the home run, but he's striking out, swinging a miss.
He's got that big right hand. Now, once he's giving the game up, there's a heck of a way for you to try and catch him with that right hand.
You watch Barry just chop that leg. He will not let up now. Kicking with that right low kick to the left leg of Barry. Nice strategy. See, he went high that time.
He knows all he's got to do is watch out for that right hand, that big right hand.
That's his only job at this stage. Passivity against Thomas again. You've got to stay busy. Oh,
there you go. He may finish him with leg kicks here, guys.
We talked about whether there's enough time in 3 minutes. I think he's just answered that question. He says, I have easily enough time.
Yes, guys, that shows you how hard, you understand, that shows you how hard Barry can kick.
Thomas's leg is hard.
Is Thomas, and those leg kicks are right away taking effect.
You watch Barry, straight to the leg.
There you go. Just avoid that big right hand and chop that tree.
Look at that. There it is.
That's got to be over.
That's got to be over.
Good night.
Oh, man. What about that power of that leg kick? Fantastic.
Right back to it.
Thomas, that's it for Thomas. I don't see him coming back from that. I can't imagine how he can even put weight on it.
Right back to that leg, and the fight's over.
Oh, now he goes hard.
Upstairs, downstairs.
That's it. It's over.
Now remember, guys, when this guy gets up, he's saving that 15-point spread.
Yeah, he doesn't want that 15-0 point spread.
The man has got heart.
Only has to survive 10 more seconds.
I think he will do that. It's still going to be a point spread, though, but it's just not the 15.
Forget about it.
And the monster makes it to the finishing bell, baby. No knockout.
Did you see that intense look, that look of disdain by Patrick Berry?
Oh, phenomenal effort there from Barry. I mean, it's a strategy we knew Barry would come in. He just does it so well. Matt Barry trying for that huge overhand right, but look at that.
Barry's go.
His balance is such, it just takes him to the mat. Like you said, Peter, you wouldn't want it to hit you, but unfortunately for him, he didn't land it.
Exactly, and Barry had to know something about his man's strategy coming into this fight. This guy's a big, strong guy. Look for big haymakers. Avoid those haymakers and just chop that tree.
Thomas did, to his credit, avoid the knockout. And here's the judges' score.
3 points for Thomas.
17-3 for Patrick Barry. A 14-point win, so just shy of
That's as good as a knockout, Todd. Exactly. That's as good as a knockout, and it gives them a lead.
And it gives the New York Clash the lead. They're up by 2 as the road to the finals and the championship here continues.
No, he wasn't ready at all. A lot of us who are from another fight sport, fight style, we look at this, we think 3 minutes, it's not so bad. We're professionals. And then we look at our big muscles and we say, I can do this all day and night. There is nothing in the world like this feeling. There is nothing, there's no type of fight sport. There is no arena this energetic. There's nothing in the world like getting in the ring and sprinting for 3 minutes. That's an endurance test that can't be matched. Hey man, we're here to fight. We're here to fight, and we're here to fight hard. We're not even supposed to be here. According to statistics and paper, we weren't supposed to win the last time. We're not supposed to be here now, but we're here. We're going all the way. And we're never gonna not be here. If they don't know who New York Clash is, they're gonna know after tonight.
So Patrick Barry chopped down his opponent and built up a 2-point lead for the New York Clash. When we come back, the ladies go at it as Jennifer Santiago, who's been clutch in her return for New York, takes on Jessica Covarrubias. Covarrubias filling in for an absent Alicia Ashley. Will that make a difference? Up next, it's the final fight of the first half as well-rounded fighter Jamie Fletcher takes on undefeated this season Raymond Daniels. New York is up by 6, and ironically, they're trying to prove that they're the real deal. Can they hold on to the lead with Daniels waiting in the wings? We'll find out right after this. Welcome back to the Expo Square Pavilion in Tulsa, Oklahoma, as we prepare to close out the first half of this championship match. And it's going to be Jamie Fletcher for the New York Clash trying to hold on to that lead against Raymond Daniels. You take a look at that win margin of Daniels, plus 12.1. That means on average he wins by over 12 points, and that could spell trouble for the 6-point lead of the Clash.
He's real quick. He's closes the distance fast, lots of speed. I'm a good counter fighter, and then I got weight, and if I connect, it's gonna hurt a lot. So my prediction is I want to knock him out. Only takes one punch, baby.
Looks to be a pretty strong fighter. You know, I'll definitely make sure I don't go out and underestimate him, but he's not really in my league. I plan on going out there and knocking him out. And like I said, put him on my next highlight reel and make him famous forever. They've been the Cinderella team. When the clock strikes 12, the glass slipper's coming off.
Jamie Fletcher.
So Jamie Fletcher with the unenviable task of having to take on the real deal. We saw Jamie Fletcher against Uriah Hall in the conference finals. Very competitive, a very exciting fighter.
That's right. A good upset fighter right here as well. Jamie could be the one again to neutralize that 15-point deficit that we keep talking about.
This is going to be an exciting match, you know. And as you said, Todd, when he fought Uriah Hall, he looked great right up until the end of the fight.
And guys, this is such an important matchup because we're heading into halftime. This is the final fight of the first half. Who can gain that all-important momentum as they head into the locker room? It's usually money in the bank every time Daniel steps into the combat zone. He is undefeated.
I think by far, not by far, I wouldn't say by far, but by a good margin, the most talented kid in the WCL.
Yeah, let's not forget, guys, just because Daniels have been undefeated, who cares? It's what is on the mat tonight. What happens tonight? If Daniels loses tonight, all his past wins don't mean anything.
Yeah, guys, just ask the Patriots. Again, this has been the age of the upset in sports. They were undefeated in the regular season in the playoffs, just like the Stars, but the Giants upset them. New York Clash looking to play spoiler tonight.
Okay, then again, Jamie's gonna watch that kickboxing, holding a knee.
Yeah, he looks a little tentative for me, though, Jamie Fletcher tonight, Petey. He's giving a little bit too much respect to Daniels right off the bat.
Yes, the big thing star, baby.
He's got to close in on Daniels. He's got to, and he's not doing that at the moment. You know, to me, Conroy's whole strategy was to just not allow Daniels to get the distance he needs. I mean, now we see what the strategy was about. Fletcher trying to come in, but Daniels still doing a great job at holding Fletcher off. Oh, big right hand from Daniels. Fire with the left, and that tight spinning back kick that he does so well with either leg. Look at that, now that front leg going. He's just going to town.
Fletcher might as well have a big bullseye painted on him at this point.
The speed, guys, the speed. Like I said again, the intangibles. Dealing with the intangibles.
Yeah,
I can change his style around any which way. Beautiful body.
Oh, look at that. Those spinning back kicks of Daniels are devastating. As I said, he can do it with right or left leg. Look at that. That's a huge thing.
Look at how composed and confident Daniels is. We saw him a moment ago, and Fletcher really shell-shocked here.
Yeah, he is. He's a little. He doesn't know quite how to handle Daniels.
Yes.
Look at that. Look at that. Daniels just going to town. And again, look at the rules. You can't wait for round 2 or 3 or 4. This is it. You've got to put it all in line. You cannot run away in the World Combat League.
Yep, you snooze, you lose here in the WCL.
Daniels just scoring at will here, Petey.
Great strategy. He's swarming his man. Stronger, more powerful opponent. He's swarming him, not waiting for this man to sink in.
But it's the way he always fights. That's the thing, you know, which Conroy knew. Again, as you said, in theory, it's one thing to try and neutralize it, but to do it in practice, that's a whole different thing.
Looks like Daniels is going to bring LA back and maybe take over the lead as we head to the second half. Going to be interesting.
Yeah, I think this is going to be quite a point spread. Even without a knockout, I think the LA Stars are going to get quite a spread here. Look at Daniels, that big right hand follow with the left.
Fletcher doing his best just to survive. He is definitely in self-preservation mode here, trying not to give up the 15 points. Wow, he held the leg, was maybe looking for a sweep there.
Yeah, you can't hang on to the leg here. It's not like Muay Thai. Look at Daniels going. Wow, that was an impressive display by Raymond Daniels. Jamie Fletcher won a knockout, but it wasn't even close, unfortunately, in this match.
Not even.
Yeah, but
again, guys, the intangibles we spoke about earlier.
Right, but Mike Conroy, when we talked to him, he said the one thing you can't do is give up 30 points to Daniels. And he did not give up the knockout. Let's look at the highlights. Great crowd on hand here. Take us through the action.
Yeah, look, see, Jamie Fletcher just doing his best to just cover up, but very off balance, Petey, not able to really mount a strong counterattack.
Exactly. Again, the strategy on Ray Daniels' part, look at that, just keep swarming his man.
Oh, look at that spinning back kick. Jamie Fletcher not showing it, but we know that just sucks the wind right out of you.
And Daniels just stayed busy, on busy. And that turned out for him.
Yeah, Fletcher almost like a deer in the headlights there, just not even really providing much of a moving target.
No, this is going to be quite a spread for the LA Stars here.
All right.
And going into the half, I mean, this is going to set up a great second half.
And here's the score, as you mentioned, lopsided in the favor of Daniels, an 18-5 victory, and Los Angeles takes over the lead. They lead 78-71. They're up by 7, and we're halfway home to the championship.
So Raymond the Real Deal Daniels does what he does best and helps the Los Angeles Stars gain that all-important momentum heading into halftime. But it's still anybody's ball game with the World Combat League Championship hanging in the balance. Make sure you join us for the dramatic conclusion of the World Combat League season as we crown
The WCL season has been long, hard, and bloody. Over 200 full-throttle fights and 50 stone-cold knockouts, all to get to tonight's shot at the World Combat League Championship, as the LA Stars take on the Big Apple's New York Clash. LA escaped with their lives in the conference finals after being overwhelmed by their opponents. Their hopes are pinned to the unbeaten Jason Borelli and Ray Daniels. The New York Clash are the league's Cinderella team. Winless in the regular season, they came alive in the playoffs with the power of Patrick Berry and Jennifer Santiago. It's the ultimate combat martial arts showdown next.
It's halftime here in Tulsa for the WCL Championship. The LA Stars are in the lead, but it's been anything but dominant. Does New York have a shot?
Absolutely, this is exactly where the New York Clash want to be. They have a chance to take this in the second half. Again, it's going to get down to, counting Borelli and Daniels, which, as we've seen, is no easy task. But absolutely, this is a good spot for the New York Clash to be.
Guys, if it comes down to the last match with Raymond Daniels, he will win this fight. And LA will be the WCL champions.
As we get set for second half action in this championship match, let's relive all the action from the first half. It was Leo Valdivia taking on Jason Borelli. This bout stopped early due to that cut to Valdivia, resulting in a 14-14 tie. And then Brandon Hastings, with his victory over Alexis Castro Vicente, takes it to a 30-24 lead for Los Angeles. Jack Flash Felton had an impressive return and helped keep things rolling for Los Angeles in the process. And then the big boys went at it, and it hurts just looking at these leg kicks. Matt Thomas wishes they were chocolate chip cookies because he ate a bunch of them. And Patrick Berry turns it around and gave New York the lead. And then the ladies went at it. Jennifer Santiago, as impressive as ever, picks up a 15-11 victory over Jessica Covarrubias, extending New York's lead to 6 points as we headed into the final fight of the first half. And Raymond the Real Deal Daniels, blitzing more than an NFL linebacker, picks up an 18-5 victory, bringing the halftime score to 78-71 in favor of the Los Angeles Stars as we now get set for the second half. And let's review the rules of combat in this championship match. 6 fighters per team, each competes in a 3-minute round in the first and second half. All punching and kicking skills are allowed, knees only above the waist, and you snooze, you lose in the World Combat League. 3 judges score on the 5-point must system. Knockouts are huge, and fighters' points are added to the overall team score. When we come back, what a way to kick off the second half as impressive youngster Abraham Hahn takes on perennial WCL favorite Jason Borelli. It's coming up right after this. Welcome back to the Expo Square Pavilion in Tulsa, Oklahoma, as we begin the final stretch to crowning the World Combat League champion. And what a way to kick off the second half, a fight that I have been very much looking forward to, as Abraham Hahn could not have asked for a more impressive debut during the playoffs, scoring 2 knockout victories. But can he dish Jason Borelli his first loss of the season? And here comes young Abraham Hahn. I love this kid's heart, but will that be enough to propel him to victory over Borelli? Borelli neutralized in the first half with that 14-14 tie due to the cut.
Abraham Hahn made an incredible debut in the conference finals, scored 2 knockouts, and now he's got his shot at Jason Borelli. This one should be good, gentlemen.
This is great. I mean, of all the kids we saw last time, Abraham Hahn, what a debut, right, Petey? Gentlemen, I mean, this is going to be a great matchup.
A great matchup. Styles make fights. What we have here, guys, is a total contest of styles. A straight up and down fighter.
It's the final half of the season, and it's all about the championship.
Watch
Here we go.
Watch the red zone. Come down, turn around, fight.
Oh, look at Abraham Hahn. Look at him taking it to Borelli.
He's bringing the fight to Borelli again, like I said.
Just what he needs. Oh, look at that left hand. Really nice tight left there from Abraham Hahn.
And guys, if there's anybody that can get inside and use his hands against Borelli, it's Hahn. He's got multiple-time Golden Gloves championships.
Oh, no, this kid can fight. Look at Borelli. I mean, he's very powerful there, Borelli, with his hands.
It's very powerful. He's staying very busy. He's totally aware of Hahn's power and Hahn's good boxing hands.
Look at Hahn trying to use that. Remember, we talked about using that front leg, lead leg, sidekick to try and jam that hip area, Borelli. Stop him getting those legs up.
Yeah, look at that. Borelli's getting his hits in. Totally getting his hits in.
Nice shots by Hahn on the inside. Earlier strategy working out here. Again, you'll remember that Valdivia ended up with a 14-14 tie with Borelli in the first fight of the championship.
Again, that's the job of the New York Clash, just to at least neutralize Borelli. They don't get too much of a point spread here. They've done their job, and Hahn will have done his job. Oh, look at that left hand from Hahn.
Borelli finds himself in a real battle here with the undefeated Hahn.
This absolutely is a battle for Borelli. Oh, look at that, another left hand there from Hahn. That caught Borelli.
Guys, Hahn's the aggressor here, Peter.
Yeah, and he's got Borelli's attention. Now I see Borelli, I see I see the wheels turning. He's got to come up with a different strategy to fight this kid.
Absolutely, Borelli's got to keep that right hand up when they're in tight, because Hahn is devastating with that left hook.
Yeah, Hahn is too sound a conventional fighter. Very sound conventional fighter. Jason then should keep his, there you go. Keep those intangibles of his working for him right now. Be different, use your ring, move around.
Oh, there you go again, a clubbing left hand, that time from Hahn. Finding its mark, there's a right hand from Hahn. Borelli just not finding his mark. It's not the normal Borelli that I'm seeing here, Petey.
No, it's not. It's not. Again, he's in here with a very tough kid, and now he's got to strategize.
And by the way, you know, in credit to Borelli, he is coming. This is his second time up. Hahn's coming in as a fresh fighter.
Exactly.
A body slam there by Hahn, obviously.
Look at Coach Conroy, you know, I mean, this was his strategy, neutralize Borelli, and Hahn is doing more than neutralizing Borelli.
Take a look at Coach Mike Conroy. He's got to be very happy with Hahn here. Hahn may pick up the win with only 18 seconds to go. Can he beat the undefeated Borelli?
Colin Van Dusen on the side just screaming at Borelli to keep that pressure up. He knows how important that match is. This is for the championship.
Wow, this could be huge, guys, to start the second half.
No! Oh, big right hand there from Borelli.
Very good.
Oh, good match. Good job.
Very good match. Very close match.
I mean, and again, no, nothing away from Borelli, but we always expect superhuman efforts from Borelli. And for Hahn to come in there and put that effort in, you know, hats off to him.
Guys, do you think we might see an upset here? Let's take a look at the action.
Look at Hahn, just that left hand into the body, up to that. Borelli coming back with his own barrage. Not quite finding the mark again like he usually does.
Here we go. Now, again, Hahn brought the fight to Borelli. At the same time, Borelli made a good showing of himself. And I believe he scored just an edge, enough to edge out Hahn on this.
There's that body slam, shades of the WWE.
That's got to be worth some points, isn't it, Todd?
Not here in the WCL, but mentally sending a message was Hahn, just overpowering him.
That was a nice overhand right from Borelli to finish that match off.
That match off there.
Let's see how the judges see it.
This is going to be very interesting, and there's the judges' score. The first loss on the year for Borelli. Holy upset, Batman. Abraham Hahn pulls it off.
Unbelievable. Colin Van Dusen, he can't believe his eyes. Hey, Hahn, what a fighter this Abraham Hahn is. I mean, to neutralize someone like Borelli with that sort of a spread.
Neutralize nothing. He beat Borelli.
It's an honor fighting him. You know, I want to say thanks. He's been, you know, winning all year. He hasn't lost since, what, 18 in a row, 19 in a row. And just going out there and be able to compete. I knew it was going to be a challenge. I actually wanted to fight him as a starter, but my coach thought well, Leo's style would work up better against him, but luckily I had my chance the second. I just want to keep my team in it. My coach wanted me to get a knockout, so I was kind of pushing it more. I didn't fight. I wanted to settle down more, but I know how to start up strong. So, you know, and it worked. I got the win, so it's a help a team out.
Abraham Hahn with the biggest win of his young WCL career, but can Jason Quick capitalize and keep things rolling for New York? They're only down by 2 as the road to the championship continues right after this. Welcome back to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and more action in the World Combat League Championship match between the New York Clash, who no one thought would be in this championship, let alone keep it this close. They're only down by 2. Brandon Hastings for Los Angeles tries to pick up his second consecutive victory of the championship match, but standing in his way, Jason Quick.
Jason Quick coming off the bench for the Clash, so he's fresh. He is going to take on Brandon Hastings. Can the Clash keep the momentum going? Hastings picked up a win in the first half over Castro Vicente, but again, you've got Mike Conroy bringing another fresh fighter off the bench against Hastings, who fought in the first half. What kind of difference does that make?
Now, it makes a big difference, you know, coming in fresh and everything like that. But again, don't forget, one of Hastings' attributes is his conditioning. I mean, this guy is conditioned. In fact, I think he's a little better conditioned than Daniels, and that's saying a lot.
That's saying a lot, and this kid's ring generalship. He knows how to use the ring. He knows how to go in, the in-out game.
And
be on his way.
so he's coming in all warmed up. You know, that can often mean a big difference.
Nobody home, no water in the pool for that jumping, spinning back kick.
Jason Quick, very powerful and known for his fast combos. He's got a very strong right hand though, Petey.
Fight out, fight out!
Jason Quick showed a lot of promise early in his WCL career. Disappointing as of late, but he could certainly turn that around here.
Watch the red zone, watch there you go, he's got the power, definitely got the power here.
Come in.
Colin Van Dusen just screaming at Hastings just to stay busy, stay busy. Oh, there's a spinning back kick. Nice body kick from Hastings there.
Beautifully timed by Hastings.
Good strategy from Hastings. He just covers that gap, scores his point,
That back kick did a little bit of damage, gentlemen. That back kick did do a little bit of damage now. See, Quick is not exactly rushing in now.
See, once again, that point-finding style of Hastings. Once he starts to just, you know, a little rock backwards and forward, you know he's going to blitz with that right hand.
And guys, you notice a little roughhouse in here too. There you go. Land a beautiful Superman punch.
Well, you mentioned the roughhousing. That does not surprise me again when everything is on the line.
Nice kind of back kick.
Stop, get up, fight!
Hastings is doing great. You know what I'm saying? He's got his man, look at that. He's got his man worried now. Look at that kid. Look at that. Quick doesn't know where he's coming or going. You know what I'm saying?
This is not working to Mike Conroy's plan here. You know, Quick needs to sort of go in and stop that movement of Hastings.
And as
again,
you said that, he tried to pick it up, Ricky. As you said, it's as though he heard you.
Hastings embodies the style of the Stars. Get in, get out, strike fast, strike often.
I mean, LA desperately needs these points, there's no question. Hastings has just got to stay busy. There's, what, 55 seconds left in this match. Nice left knee there from Hastings. Oh, nice left hand from Quick, though.
Well, both teams desperately need points here when it's so close. LA got to try and pad the lead. New York trying to take over.
Quick's got to get busy, though. He's got to take this fight to Hastings at this stage.
Exactly, guys. Slow down a bit. Slow down a bit, and we know that Hastings, there you go. Hastings is very busy. And look at that, stay busy.
Again, this is where Quick needs to go in and do his damage. At the moment, you know, Hastings is ensuring a
there you go.
Well, Hastings' hands are awfully low, leaving it wide open. I mean, not Quick's hands awfully low, leaving it open.
Look at that, cut knee to the head. That's just as you said it, he cut knee to the head.
10 seconds left to go in this match. I think Hastings again is coach right in the back. Look at Cam Boosen just screaming at his man. But I think Hastings has done what he's required to do. Beautiful, nice fight, beautiful fight.
Beautiful fight. Yeah. Both fighters very, very busy, guys.
I think this is going to be a nice point win though for Hastings.
Great competitive spirit by both men. Going to have to see how it translates to the score. Wow, this thing has not disappointed, gentlemen. Both teams deserve to be here. Now we go through some of the action. Take us through it.
Bit of a miss there from Hastings. See, there's that point-finding style. See, that's almost a Superman punch with that right hand coming across and catching.
Quick out. And he was answered, by the way. You know,
he cupped a few little uppercuts, but look at that spinning back kick there from Hastings. Nice countering kick that he uses when Quick starts to move in on him. There's a clinch with a right knee.
Quick land his fair share, mind you, but I do believe that the bigger of the two, for me, was Hastings.
I think Hastings is going to get a nice point out of this one. There's the coach, Colin Van Dusen.
We have our judges' score.
Yep.
9 points for Quick, 15 points for LA's Brandon.
So 15-9, 6-point victory, and LA is up 103-95. An 8-point lead by the Stars.
You know, I was just able to move well. I'm fast. I was able to angle, step in on him. A little heavy on my feet. I don't know if it's the humidity or what. I don't usually get tired like that. And I do know the rules and the speed of the WCL, so it was a little weird for me. But I was still able to get off first, still able to fire first, still able to angle better. I have to contribute most of it to the footwork. I was able to move better.
It didn't go my way, but as I said before, I'm troubleman and I'm always causing problems. No matter what kind of fight you bring in front of me, I will give him trouble. He will never fight his fight. This I fell short because judges were a little one-sided, and I felt I didn't get the recognition I deserved. But fighters know to respect me. I have gained respect. I am the underdog, and I will show and prove.
Brandon Hastings delivers yet again for Los Angeles and extends the Stars' lead to 8. But coming up next, 2 alternates step into the combat zone as Reno Bellicastro from New York takes on Travis McRoberts. It's coming up right after this break. Welcome back to the championship match of the World Combat League here at the Expo Square Pavilion in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where both Coach Mike Conroy and Colin Van Duzen go to the bench and pull out 2 alternates. Reno Bellicastro taking on Travis McRoberts. Despite fighting at 147 pounds, these 2 pack some devastating punching power and knockout ability.
Fighting for the New York Clash, Reno Bellicastro.
So fight number 9 of 12, and coaches are gonna go into the bullpen.
Please welcome.
2 alternates gonna go at it, and guys, here's where having a quality bench really comes into play.
No doubt about that. And New York Clash, they've got to stick to their game plan. They just got to keep cutting off these point fighter styles of fighting that the LA Stars are known for.
I'll tell you what, with the LA Stars too, though, again, like Richie, they have their game down, but some of their boys have a good boxing game as well.
Oh yeah, no,
again,
definitely.
that gives them a chance to score that knockout, or that knockdown to get that 15 points.
So remember again, the WCL, it's about knockouts. If the New York Clash can get a knockout and a 15-0 point spread, that's going to be gold for them. Again, easier said than done.
Easier said than done.
It's gold for either team. And guys, here we've got Reno Bellicastro for the Clash in the green, Travis McRoberts in the black for Los Angeles. 2 alternates going at it. With a championship on the line, trying to make a difference here, coming off the bench.
Oh, nice strong right low kick there from Reno Bellicastro.
Let's go, guys. It's fine. Let's start realizing. Both of these kids can punch now. And again, look at the front. Very good.
Big left
nice
hand
kind of
hooking.
Both of them.
Yeah, they're strong punches there.
Travis McRoberts undefeated, 1-0 in the WCL. Bellicastro also has 1 win, but has 3 losses.
Oh, look at them trade. What did we just talk about? Knockouts.
Exactly. Both these kids can punch.
Oh, look at that. And again, with the W, when you've got to keep throwing, you're leaving
McRoberts, can he answer the bell here? He's
What
a huge win for Reno Bellicastro. He's been stuck. And the Clash.
The New York Clash right on target. We talked about that knockout spread, 15-0. That is huge. I'm just watching Colin Van Dusen. He is pacing. He does not look a happy man. He's heading backstage. He's going to really motivate his fighters for these last couple of matches. This is for the championship.
And I told you, Richard, it's all about some quality coming off the bench. And Reno Bellicastro scores the huge knockout. Take us through the highlights.
Look at that nice countering left hand from Bellicastro. Then caught Travis McRoberts.
Now both guys are firing very hard shots.
Very hard shots. That's what I mean. And you're open when you're throwing. You're open to cop one. Look at that. Beautiful right hand.
Big right hand over the top.
Right hand from Bellicastro did everything. What a valuable point spread that is for the New York Clash.
And there you see it again. Knockouts so pivotal here in the WCL. 15-0 point swing. And now the New York Clash leapfrog. They are up by 7, 110 to 103.
I think basically I just got an opportunity to capitalize on the situation. I knew going in with the point scoring and Raymond obviously in the end and him being who he is and finishing things off for the rest of the year. I knew I had to come big at that moment. Luckily enough, things came together, they landed, and it was a good opportunity. It was a good opportunity for all of us.
So Reno Bellicastro, proof positive of how important knockouts can be. The New York Clash now take a 7-point lead, but coming up next, the big man is Patrick Berry, looks to start up that chainsaw in the form of some lethal leg kicks. He takes on Chris Hawk. Welcome back to the Expo Square Pavilion in Tulsa, Oklahoma, as we get ready for heavyweight action. Patrick Barry of K1 fame has been so devastating with those leg kicks. So Chris Hawk now coming off the bench. Matt Thomas didn't want to eat any more of them. Will Hawk fly high for LA, or will Barry ground him, making Hawk a flightless bird?
He is once again Patrick Barry.
Patrick Barry so impressive in the first half, chopping down Matt Thomas.
His opponent fights for the Los Angeles Stars. Tulsa, say hello to Chris Hawk.
Hey, if you ever needed a big gun to bring into the New York Clash, you know, it's Patrick Barry. I mean, this guy is a dynamite. What about the power of those leg kicks?
Yes, well, you got.
And that wasn't particularly a tough fight for him. You know, he's going to come in very fresh.
Yeah, why don't you ask Matt Thomas about those leg kicks and how they feel? Tell you what, though, guys, Chris Hawk very impressive as well. He came off the bench in the conference finals and picked up a win and helped LA come back against the Destroyers. 3 more fights to go in the season. One of these two teams will be the WCL champion.
Big overhand left there from Barry. A left kick to the head. Oh! Chris Hawk trying to get a clinch, trying to get the knee there, but was just thrown backwards.
I love Barry's composure, guys.
Oh, yeah,
I love
he's a man on a mission.
Real cool. Knows exactly what he has to do.
Oh, look at that. There's a beginning.
Knows he has the tools to do it with, and goes ahead and executes.
Chop him down.
And guys, need to make a point here. LA wants to just keep it close, so it's within reach once Daniel steps into the combat zone.
No doubt about it, you know.
And on the flip side, New York really needs to run away here so that Daniels...
And I think they're going to do it. Honestly, you watch the damage that Barry's going to do with those lower leg kicks there. He's just going to damage the legs of Chris Hawk. He's already going to town. He's hit his mark, and as you say, Pete, he's going to be focused on it. He knows that works for him. Look at it. Look at the pain that Chris Hawk is in already. As we said, if your leg is gone, you can't put weight on it. It takes away the power of your punch.
Yeah, and guys, when you're eating those leg kicks, Hawk is going to be a flightless bird in this thing.
Oh, look at that. He's another one. There's number 3. Phenomenal.
Guys, you see how get it up. Now again, should he eat one of those?
There it is, number 1. That's gonna, and I'd be surprised if Chris Hawk can even get up. I'd be surprised if Chris Hawk can go on.
When he gets it, can he continue? Can he continue? If he cannot continue, the fight is over. That's a knockout.
Guys, has anybody ever been so devastated with leg kicks as Barry in the WCL?
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
Look at that.
Oh, there it is again.
That'll be it.
The fight is over, gentlemen.
Hawk getting back to his feet.
Hawk's got to just
I'd be surprised.
There's a minute left in this match. Chris Hawk has got to stay on his feet.
Maybe 60 seconds is a long way to that bell.
I'm not sure what the record for knockdowns is in the WCL fight, but I think Barry's on his way to setting it.
I think he's setting this tournament, guys. In this championship tonight, Barry definitely setting up.
Chris Hawk only now finally lifting that left leg, trying to check those leg kicks to Barry, but it's a little late. He should have been doing that very early in the round, and he's capable of it. You notice he's got a good leg check.
But as you say, Rich, a little too little, too late. There you go.
That was to the inside of his right leg that time. Inside of that right leg. Look at him. Screaming at his man to stay on his feet. 20 seconds left in this match. He is trying to avoid that 15-0 point spread.
15 seconds to go. Can Barry put him away?
Chris Hawk has just got to stay on his feet. Oh, man, there he is again.
He does not get up.
A lot of heart being displayed by Hawk, and he survives.
Oh, man, fantastic. Look, hats off to Chris Hawk.
Van Dusen is walking off. Where's he heading?
Well, he'd be heading to the dressing room. He needs a couple of knockouts for his final 2 fights.
He needs some big points here, guys.
He needs some big ones. That was a fantastic effort from Barry. I mean, that guy is a
Let's look at the highlights, guys. Somebody's going to have to clean all the sawdust out of the combat zone because Barry just chopped down another tree.
Unbelievable.
Exactly, brother. Again, like I said, this kid knows what he's got. He keeps very composed, and he goes to work. There you go.
Look at that tree. Almost right across the knee that time. Look at Barry. He knows exactly what he has to do. Look at that. And again, Chris Hawk is capable of leg checking, as you saw in the later parts, but the damage was already done.
The damage was already done.
Look at that. So notice he lifted, but he caught that one.
Now, he tried fighting back, guys, again. But if he can't stand on that leg, there's nothing he can do about it. Whoop, inside.
And let's take a look at what the judges thought of this performance.
This is going to be as good as a knockout. There you go.
There it is. A 12-point victory there by Berry, just 3 points shy of a knockout score. And they are rolling 125 to 106. And guys, if it gets down to the final fight, if the lead of New York is anything north of 15 points, I don't care if you have Daniels in there, he can't clinch it for LA.
No, exactly. I'm just watching poor Chris Hawke. He could hardly walk out of the ring right there. He is hobbling.
I just told him in the ring just now, I was like, hey man, you are the most monster I've ever run into. Nobody takes that many. Nope, well, maybe Jarrell from the first time, but that's another day. Hey, I think we've definitely, you smell an upset coming? We definitely, with Reno Belcastro and his knockout, my win just now by 12 points or something just now. If we're not up by a tremendous amount, we've got Jennifer Santiago in the ring right now, who's a superstar, and we've got our last fight of the night. Brandon is gonna bring the pain, all right?
Patrick Berry projecting victory, but Jennifer Santiago is going to try and put it out of reach for Los Angeles. She takes on Tara Van Duzen, and here you see the drumsticks of Chris Hawke are cooked courtesy of Patrick Berry's leg kicks. The championship match continues right. It has all come down to this. One fight to go in the crowning of the World Combat League champion. And it is Brandon Banna taking on Raymond the Real Deal Daniels. The weight of the WCL world are on these two fighters' shoulders. Banna really just needs to keep it close. Raymond Daniels, with his team down by 12, he in essence needs the knockout. It's a battle of wills.
And guys, if it somehow comes down to a tie at the end of this fight, it goes to whatever team scored the most knockdowns, which at this point is New York.
So it's on the captain, Ray Daniels, this evening to pull this baby out the hat.
Well, it came down to Raymond Daniels in the conference finals, and he got it done. Can he be Money in the Bank yet again?
To the combat zone, the one and only Raymond Daniels.
Raymond Daniels coming out with that all too familiar cocky, confident swagger. He relishes being in this position. He relishes being the clincher.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Todd. This guy has confidence personified, and for good reason, with an unbeaten record in WCL. But remember what we said, it's all about what he does tonight. His past record means nothing. He has to bring a win to the table tonight.
That's right, guys. This one is for the championship. WCLC. This is it tonight. This is the fight right here, right now. And again, I am with Raymond's on this. I think this kid can pull this off. I think Raymond Daniels can really pull this off.
All right, but guys, New York has been the kings of the upset all year long, and they need the biggest upset of all. He needs Banda, who has not a single win in the WCL, to beat the undefeated Daniels.
Yes, and will Daniels be the Patriot tonight, or will he take this one home to LA?
Look at the power of Daniels.
Watch the red zone. He's going for broke here, guys.
Yeah.
He's giving it his all.
Oh, he's after. Oh my goodness! Look at that left hand there. I mean, it's that spinning back kick that Daniels is so good at. Daniels absolutely going for that 15-0 point.
Going for that 15-0 point.
He's going for the knockout. If anyone can do it, Daniels can. Banda not quite sure what to do with the power so far of Daniels.
Hey guys, but it is a 13-point New York lead, right? Say it's a 13-point lead, but you can kiss that goodbye.
Gentlemen, I tell you what I tell you about this kid.
Oh my goodness.
What I tell you about this kid.
Look at that.
What I tell you about this kid. All right, what I tell you about this kid, gentlemen.
Raymond Daniels.
That is a bad knockout.
That's the intangible I was talking about. This kid, he is intangible. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about, guys. Banda is a great fighter, and here you go against a phenomenal fighter. That's the difference.
The poster boy, and now dancing, and look at Colin Van Duzen.
34 years ago, and we just brought home the world champion for this season, first full season.
Raymond Daniels just carried the Stars to the championship.
You said in the beginning, Todd, he relishes the opportunity to be the star player, and he always comes through.
Always. Okay, but guys, with the real deal out there, this may be overshadowed. How incredible was it that it was Coach Van Duzen's own wife that put his team in position for Daniels to clinch?
That's beautiful. That is a story in itself right there.
Yeah.
Again, the girls totally were instrumental, guys. The women were totally instrumental this evening.
I'm just watching Mike Conroy and Colin Van Dusen now just congratulating each other.
Take us through the winning performance here, guys.
I mean, it's right from the start. Daniels just overwhelming power. Look at the blitz here. Look at Daniels just driving bandit out with just too much power, too much experience, too much speed. Look at that spinning heel kick right on the temple, and that was it for the New York Clash. But look at again, Colin Van Dusen. What must he think of his wife? I mean, what a phenomenal effort from his wife tonight.
And there she is, keeping it in the family. What a special night for the Van Dusens and the Los Angeles Stars. And Panda back to his feet. And guys, take nothing away from the New York Clash. They almost did the unthinkable, and here's the final score, 16-0, and the Los Angeles Stars, the new champions of the World Combat League, they take it home, 137-133.
What a phenomenal night, boys. What a phenomenal night of fights.
Indeed it was, Richard, and the Los Angeles Stars become the champions of the World Combat League. It is a celebratory atmosphere here for Los Angeles, doing something that is a true rarity in the world of sports, going undefeated in the regular season and in the postseason. Dominant performance here by the champs. But take nothing away from New York. The underdogs almost pulled it off. New York Clash showed that they had a lot of bark and a lot of bite, and certainly a ton of heart. There you see the man that brought it home, Raymond the Real Deal Daniels, doing what he has on so many occasions, clinching the win for Los Angeles. And here momentarily, we're going to go down to the combat zone and talk to some of your world champion Los Angeles Stars.
Ladies and gentlemen, Coach Van Dusen, you stayed undefeated all year long. Absolutely incredible ride. How does it feel?
You know, we're going to Disneyland, baby.
Woo! And let me talk to the man right quick. Ray Daniels, unbelievable performance. They call you a real deal for a reason. Tell the people right here in lovely Tulsa how this felt to snatch this championship tonight.
Oh, it felt great. Tulsa, thank you for making this our home away from home. We've been the orphans of the WCL, but we love you guys. Thank you for having us. It wasn't just me. My teammates got me back into this. My lady woman, Mrs. Van Dusen. Hope you don't mind if I wink at your wife, Coach. But
amen to that. Ladies and gentlemen, Coach Colin Van Dusen and his Los Angeles Stars.
So on the heels of this championship match that was filled with drama, filled with excitement, twists and turns in the league, we head back to the host of Turf Wars, Chad Range, who's standing by in the locker room area with some of the pivotal performers in the World Championship match.
Walk us through that fight, and obviously I want to know what your psyche was like going in there.
Well, I felt like I had the weight of the world on my shoulders at that moment in time. Coach came up to me before I went out and said, "Hey, Raymond, if we want to win this, we need you to knock this man out." I said, "Coach, don't worry about it. I got this." And, I went out there, and it speaks for itself what happened. I think Brandon's a great fighter. Take nothing away from him, but unfortunately, he was on my path for me to fulfill my destiny, and he just happened to be there at that time.
How good did that feel when you knew that it had landed and it was over, and the star of the stars, I should say, had fulfilled his destiny?
You know, it felt great. I mean, it wasn't really about me. That's what my team puts that on my shoulders. You know, that's the thing about faith and belief in your team is even when times seem hard, you got to keep your faith in your teammates and know that it's meant for us to come back, and we like to keep it interesting for the fans also.
Take us through the fight. Did Colin say anything to you before? And nice work on that one.
Thank you. Colin just came back and told me that it's time for me to go do my thing, and but it was more Raymond. Raymond and I have been fighting for a long time together over the years. Probably been about 12, 13 years in sport karate. And Jason and Jack, and we go way back. I stopped, had a few kids, and it was really time to just get out there and do our thing again. Raymond came and said, you know, it's right now, it's time. There's no tomorrow. We've been training all month for this. Let's go make it happen. And I love fighting the best. I mean, that's, you know, if you want to be the best, who else you want to fight except the #1, right? So going in as the underdog, all I could do was go out and do my best.
At the beginning of the season, you guys felt like you should have been there last season. How good does it feel to be here finally with everything done? It all fell into place and the stars aligned, if you will, and you guys are the WCL champions.
It feels good. It feels real good. You know, Mr. Norris started this team, LA Stars, I guess it's 34 years ago. And I just made it a personal mission of mine to make sure that if any team was going to win the first official season of this, a World Championship title, it had to be one of the first teams that Mr. Norris started with. And I put a lot of pressure on ourselves and the guys and the girls to make this happen. And every one of these fighters are just critical. This is one thing I have to say. I give so much props and respect to every one of the alternates that competed with us and or didn't compete, but they trained so hard to get themselves ready, and they sometimes had to sit on the bench. They are such a crucial part of this type of a sport that I just can't say enough good things about them. You know, they all came through, so it's a big moment, and just proud to be here, proud of our team.
So the Los Angeles Stars become the World Combat League champions. And guys, coming in, we talked about New York being a Cinderella team, but in the end it was Los Angeles with the storybook finish. Colin Van Duzen's own wife coming off the bench and putting LA within reach.
What a win for Tara Van Duzen. Her win in the 11th match set the stage for Raymond Daniels to bring it home for the LA Stars. Just like you predicted, Petey.
Just like I predicted, guys. And Raymond Daniels proved to be the champion that we know he is. He stepped up for his team and he pulled this one out big time.
And guys, the championship match exceeding all of our expectations. I can't wait till next season. So with that being said, for everyone at the World Combat League, we'll see you next time.